Hey everybody, Gunnison Undercover here. Today is June 2nd, 2019. It's Sunday. It's almost 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A nice pleasant spring day coming to an end. Temperatures in the upper 70s right now. No wind. Beautiful sunset going on out there. So we got a story coming out where bad police behavior is once again costing the taxpayers a lot of money. Only this time it's the gang harassing a gang member. This story comes out of GIRT, New Jersey, and it was just recently came out. This is on NJ.com, and it says jury awards 1.8 million to ex-cop who says chief made gay jokes, slammed military, and drew penis on photos. And here's a picture of this guy right here. So let's find out what happened here before we start making remarks. A Monmouth County jury has awarded $1.8 million to a former GIRT police officer who said the police chief discriminated against him because of his military service, refused to promote him to sergeant, and peppered him with homophobic insults. Kenneth Hagel, 50, of Point Pleasant, was a GIRT police officer and member of the U.S. Navy Reserves in Lakehurst for more than 30 years. In addition to monthly training throughout the United States, Hagel has been deployed to Kuwait, Guam, and Spain according to court documents. The former cop claimed in a lawsuit filed in 2014 that Chief Kevin Davenport falsely believed he was gay and discriminated against him because he was in the military and required to leave his police job periodically for training and overseas deployment. Hagel filed suit in Monmouth County Superior Court against Davenport, the police department, and the borough. The Navy man claimed the chief engaged in a pattern of sexual harassment and discrimination. The trouble started when Davenport was promoted to sergeant and took over scheduling, said Hagel's attorney, Matthew A. Peluso of Princeton. Davenport became acting chief in July of 2013 and soon after was promoted to police chief. That's when harassment and discrimination escalated, the attorney said. Mr. Hagel and another witness testified about numerous acts and statements of discrimination by Davenport against Mr. Hagel, Peluso wrote in court papers. And here's a picture of the police chief, Davenport. Davenport said Friday he could not comment on the allegations contained in the lawsuit. I wish I could comment, but unfortunately I'm not in a position to comment at this time, he said. Reached by phone Friday, Borough Administrator Lorraine Carafa said she had no comment on the lawsuit or the jury's verdict. Hagel's lawsuit claimed Davenport created a mock license plate with the words "I'm gay" and taped it over the rear license plate of Hagel's car. Said all Navy guys are gay because everyone knows that what Navy guys are like and do on their ships. Called Hagel and other military personnel pussies and called Hagel a hand job in front of junior officers with the intention of demeaning him. Unlawfully accessed national law enforcement databases to conduct illegal searches on Hagel. So Hagel that GIRT would never hire or promote another military person. Had a GIRT police officer confirmed that Hagel was really at military drills because he thought Hagel was lying, and also had Hagel followed by private investigators. Cut out photos of Hagel's face, drawing a penis going into Mr. Hagel's mouth, and then attaching it to a photo of scantily clad women, and then placing these photos in different locations in the GIRT PD headquarters. Told another officer that Hagel was gay and bisexual and having an affair with another male police officer, and that the officer was having an affair with Hagel's wife. Hagel claimed he was wrongfully denied a promotion to sergeant at least twice because of anti-military discrimination and sexual orientation discrimination. He claimed that because of Davenport's behavior and actions, fellow officers falsely believed he was gay. The jury, now this is what's very important here. The jury on Tuesday found Davenport had engaged in anti-military and false sexual orientation discrimination against Hagel with regard to the sergeant promotional process in 2013-2014. They awarded Hagel $262,800 in compensatory damages for lost salary and benefits, $500,000 in emotional distress damages, and $1 million in punitive damages after finding that Davenport and the borough engaged in egregious conduct against Hagel, his attorney said. Well, you know, here's the deal. I'm surprised the town did not take a lawsuit settlement, offer a settlement. That way they don't have to admit guilt, they don't have to admit anything, and everybody goes their own way, and there's a gag order and nobody can talk. This went to trial, so this means that the evidence was presented and it ruled 51% in Hagel's favor. That's how the civil court works. You only have to prove 51%. And of course he did. And he got back pay and he got punitive damages. But I find it distressing that he would get $1.8 million. I mean, come on now. I think the award is excessive. And who are we punishing with $1.8 million? I mean, even if it's just $1 million, take out the salary, $1 million. You know who's getting punished? The taxpayers. So the taxpayers of Seeker, they have no control over what's going on in police headquarters. They have no control over what that chief was doing at the time, so the taxpayers getting clobbered. Now I say that this chief of police should be fired. He should be fired. He should not be allowed to continue his job like he's doing. He cost the town $1.8 million. Now, if I went in my job and cost my job $1.8 million, my two jobs, I'd be without a job. If I was found to be going around and making sexual insults to somebody, harassment, I would get fired. Okay? The one company I work for, there's a video you have to watch. It's about treating people with respect. Whether Hagel's gay or not is irrelevant. He shows up to work, he does his job, he treats everybody with respect, that's all that matters. And that pretty much is the same at any job. So this Davenport, he's a douchebag, okay? He treated this man like with no respect. Now here's a man who's been a police officer, he's serving in the military, continues to serve in the military. You know, on paper, I guess this Hagel guy, you know, he's a hero. He's a blue hero. He's given his life. I mean, he's served, and he's not a spring chicken anymore. He could certainly get out of the Navy and relax now, but he continues to do it. I'm assuming he likes it. And this Chief Davenport, he's a jerk. And Davenport needs to be fired because he's cost his employer, the taxpayers, $1.8 million. And why is he allowed to continue running the show over Seeker Police? And this is the problem with police. This is how nothing ever changes, because the people who cause the problem never have a personal stake in the trouble that they cause. And this was all caused by Davenport, the chief, prior to being the chief. So there's definitely a long-term period pattern of this guy acting like a jerk and treating Hagel with disrespect. And yet, there he is, still the chief, costing taxpayers $1.8 million. It's going to go back on appeal. We'll see what happens, but I think if they won the first time, they're going to win the second time, and the taxpayers have to pay once again for the bad behavior. I'm going to call the chief a blue zero hero. The Chief Davenport's a blue zero hero, yeah. This blue zero hero, Chief Davenport of Seeker Police, has cost the taxpayers $1.8 million. He has no stake in the matter. He's not going to be fired. He's not going to lose his pension. He's not going to pay one dime out of his pocket for what happened. And if things start getting a little deep over there, I'm sure if Davenport's got his time in to retire, he'll just cash his cards in and retire before anything happens. Okay, so we'll put the link in the description. You can go read the story for yourself. And as always, let me know what you think in the comments section. Like, share, subscribe, and you know the drill. If you see something Record something. The cameras are our biggest weapons against these turds out there, political turds and the blue zero turds. And what else? Well, you know the other motto. What is it? Make our rights strong again. Exercise them.